Okay, kids, you've had a couple of days to mope, and now it's time to suck it up and get working again. I've got the orange power tie of apocalyptic doom on, and just to show you how serious we are, you know Matt! My name's Steven Kruiser, this is Kruiser Control, let's go! That may have been the most disturbing dance I ever did over there a minute ago. Yes, that's how serious we are right now. Matt so wanted to be here to begin the hippie-punching, liberal-fighting, post-election stuff that he duct-taped Sammy in the lunchroom back there. We have a lunch, it's not really a lunchroom. Close enough, don't you think, Matt? Personally, my most lingering regret about Tuesday night is that we were deprived of watching this little fella doing the backstroke in an ocean of his own tears. Yes, boys and girls, it's tingle time.
Yeah.
No, we didn't get the Tingles tear dance. Darn it. We're working on that. Many of you have probably seen this clip, but it's worth revisiting a rare, honest moment from our boy Tingles.
Good work for them. Good work for him. A good day for America. I'm so glad we had that storm last week.
It's not just that he said that, Matt. It's that he smiled. He started to grin at the end. This is an honest moment from me. I'm so glad we had that storm. Oh, that's cool. Maybe he'll love me now. Okay, so Matthews the next night goes on and does like a 2.5-minute long apology. I said something bad and I shouldn't say bad. I'm not that kind of person. I'm going to try to rise above it. And then he had Bill Maher on to call Karl Rove a Nazi and say that he wanted to go into the bunker and help kill Karl Rove. That's what he did. So that was his big reach out there. But thank you, Chris, for that honest moment. And we're going to be with you a lot in the next few years, okay? Because we're like that. We're like that. So glad we had that storm, the killing the people, and they lost their money and their homes and everything else. But my boyfriend's still in office. When the Obamacare layoffs begin in earnest, there's a good chance that this segment will become the cornerstone of Cruiser Control. My dear friends, it's not just me anymore. Woo! It's like a P90X, it's not just me anymore. Hey, it's finally okay to talk about the L word.
Meantime, the Libya issue has been overhanging this election. Allegations of a, quote, massive cover-up by Senator John McCain about this administration's refusal to put to rest this issue before voting day, waiting until after election
Yeah, they didn't
day.
want to talk about it. Everybody tried to pin them down on that. They did not want to talk about it. I think a lot of those questions will probably get cleared up with an investigation that's now going on, and there will probably be hearings as well.
That was seconds after it was called for Obama. Suddenly now, these people who are generally left-wing mainstream media hacks, it's okay. Oh, no, a cover-up. That was the first time anyone, and I love Martha Raddatz, who, you know, by the way, was tight with Obama and everything, or was it Biden? But she loves them both. She said, well, you know, they didn't want to talk. They didn't want to talk about it. Who else didn't want to? Who else, Martha? Look deep inside. Be honest. Oh, and then you're allowed to mention that the economy stinks now, too, by the way. There was a lot of that in the press yesterday. All that stuff we didn't hear before because they were too busy slow dancing with the president. It's nothing that can't be handled by washing down some antibiotics with generous amounts of tequila. It's the extended take. Woo! Somebody named Joyanne Reed offered her tolerant thoughts about minorities who vote Republican. Remember what I said about the tequila.
I don't sense one iota of belief that their core values, that their core belief system needs to change. They just think they need to put some more window dressing on it, find some more black and brown people to say the exact same things they believe. They don't believe they need to change their positions on issues. They just believe they need to change the decoration.
Window dressing and decoration. That's what the open-minded Ms. Reed thinks of minority voters who break from stereotypical hive mind behavior and risk ridicule to do what they believe is right. Her solution is for conservatives to abandon principle in favor of some demographic pandering. Sorry, Joyanne, the window dressing is all on the left, and it is there to hide the miserable failure of Democrat policies that have kept poor people poor for decades now. The layoffs and stock market crashing we knew were coming began mere hours after this election. It's only going to get worse, and that window dressing will one day tatter and fall to the floor so everyone can see what is really going on. But hey, thanks for your input. Tweets of the week! Twitter.com/Steven Kruiser. You follow me, I'll follow you, and upload an avatar because I don't follow eggs. And you know what? So I'd write a biography. It's not that difficult to do. Just say, well, I'm here and I'm wearing a red shirt. Yeah, anything, you know, just a biography. Tweet number 1.
I believe in the voters. They understand that elections aren't just popularity contests.
It was a great movie, by the way. Finally one I know. Tweet number 1. Why? Why didn't we know the electorate was in such bad shape? Why were our numbers so far off? We did the thing we shouldn't have done. We got emotional. People get emotional and everything, and the emotional thing is for the Democrats. We're not supposed to be emotional. The numbers really weren't that far off. Things were close. We could see they were close. I even got in cheerleader mode for the last month or two because that's what I do. But all along, I had a little uneasy feeling, which is why I promised to get a tattoo on Twitter the other night if Romney won, because I knew I wasn't going to have to get a tattoo. But yes, so we got emotional this time because we really, really wanted this to happen. And guess what? You don't win elections just because you really, really want it to happen. You got to really work on some things that we're going to work on, okay? Tweet number 2.
Eric Zoolander, a model, idiot.
Tweet number 2 says, do you think Texas will actually secede? Okay, kids, I don't know how many times I have to go through this for you. I know the popular thing is that Texas is going to be the place where the revolution comes from and it's going to secede. But if you look at history, if you look at the actual history of which state bucks the federal intervention all the time, inconsistently, it is my native Arizona, okay? It is the state that, they're the reason you can drive over 55 miles an hour. It's the reason there's no equal rights amendment. They're the ones that aren't implementing anything having to do with Obamacare so far. And Jan Brewer, you remember her, don't you? God bless her. So if the revolution comes, it's coming from Arizona. The native son is returning and leading it, and we're all gonna be partying in an abandoned mine shaft. Woo! Tweet number 3.
Do not attempt to grow a brain.
Tweet number 3. Where the hell did I leave my time machine? That's simple. I saw it at a Spencer Gifts in a mall in 1987. You need to go back there and get it. It's behind the guy with the... Wait, speaking of wake me up, before, that was good. Now I'm all 80s and everything. You guys made me all 80s today. Reagan. Moment. Okay. Website, StevenKruiser.com. Bonus clips are going to be up there. I'm going to also post a link to my little 10-point plan rant that I did on Twitter the other day, the morning after the election. You can embrace some of that. Pay attention to a lot of that because I know what I'm talking about, and we're going to have a long last piece of my mind today, too, because of you need a talking to. Everybody needs a talking to. PJ Taylor, some things will be posted there this weekend, too, because I've been a little busy this week so far, but we're going to get that up there. And as always, not for tears, because we're not going to cry them anymore. When you comment, the winning comment gets the magical Pjtv wipe, which it's reversible for winter. See? You can do anything with it. You can wipe, but you can't wipe away the tears, because I don't want no more tears. This week's comment winner says, it's Leopard Woman 87. I like that name, too. Besides the obvious I'm a conservative reason, I'm glad that my big government boyfriend is not that into me. Besides, Kruiser, I'd much rather you and your great show were. Just the thought of tuning in each week causes me to glow in anticipation. But when I instinctively reach out for a wipe to pat my brow, it is never there. Sigh. It sure would be nice if I had a wipe provider in shining armor. This guy will be your wipe provider in shining armor. You get the wipe. Hope you live in the continental United States because we eschew those beyond our borders at the moment. That's the second time I've said eschew today. Let's take our weekly trip into the shame-covered intellectual abyss we call the Circle of Dumb. Honestly, I would have stuck this guy in the circle just for sporting the stupid sweater look. But then he opened his mouth. Your winner is... Joe, it's okay. I don't like Mika either. Scarborough. After saying John Huntsman should have been the nominee but wasn't because he kicked his own party around, the useful idiot in residence at MSNBC offered this cry for help.
Litmus test now for being conservative in this Republican Party is not your position on abortion, your position on guns, your position on gay marriage, your position on taxes, or your position on the debt. It's whether you hate the president or not.
Dumbest thing I've ever heard Joe Scarborough say, and you know, Matt, that's saying quite a bit, okay? Right there, Mika looked like the intellectual in that group. It's whether you hate... Did you take a litmus test that said you had to hate the president?
Yes, I did.
You did? I did not take that test. I have not seen that litmus test. Hate the president's policies. I don't like socialism. I don't like progressivism. I really don't like even the mainstream Democrat. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy. I don't care who's in charge. I care about the policies. Joe's kind of wacky over there. And the sweater, stop. Just stop. Fashion tragedy. Preppy garbage. If you take a peek over the fiscal cliff, you can see it down there, partially hidden by a Gila monster. It's something we like to call the last piece of my mind. Okay, look at me. Look at me. Told you this was going to be a long one. Yes, it was discouraging. No, we're not done. People need to stop with the whole, America's lost. Oh, good Lord. If you want to weep and cry all the time, become a Democrat. Stop wasting my time. We have work to do. And we have, yes, you find out who you are in adversity. This is adverse, okay? But we're going to fix it. It's going to be fine. I've been through this before. You know, it's a presidential election. 50-50, kids. Flip a coin. You're going to win or you're going to lose. There's not a lot of in between. And I'm still, you know, I'm still above 500 in presidential elections. So I know that this can happen. Focus. We'll be fine. Don't listen to the mainstream media postmortems about what went wrong because they're lying. Turn off the TV for a few days. Gather your energy because there's a lot of stuff going forward. And I love you guys. And we're going to make it happen.